Hello, welcome to the stream. We are starting somewhere else today because, as you know, I I like to talk in the beginning. So I think I feel like I already said this at some point before, but I think it might be a good idea to start here if we are just yapping, since we do it at the beginning of every stream anyway. So at least you don't have to see a YouTube page or a black screen. You can see me in full resolution. Yeah. How is everyone doing? How are you doing today? Oh boy, I have to say, I don't know if I can do Japanese learning at the end of the stream today. I think I already said this on Wednesday as well, but I only slept like 3 hours, 4 hours. It's going like this for pretty much the whole week by now. I don't know how much I can concentrate. But I will. Let's see. If I feel the energy, I will say let's do it. And if not, then I don't know. We will move it to tomorrow or Sunday or Monday. That's the name. Oh, we can move it to Monday. Yeah, let's see. I mean, right now you already know that my brain is lagging a bit, but I might be able to do it, but I'm not sure. I don't want to make promises. But let's see. We will decide at the end. We don't have so long videos, so I quickly checked them out before the stream. I was like, wait, they are not so long. They are like, I mean, it's in total it's about an hour of videos. But as you know, the professional yapper over here will probably make 2 or even 3 hours out of this. But yeah, I would say we will just watch the videos. We will see how we will do at the end of it. And then based on how we do, we will make some Japanese learning or not. I know it's spontaneous. I know it's not in the schedule like that, but yeah, you have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's switch over to the other screen. Why is the chat not there? I just noticed the chat was not there. I don't know why the chat was gone. Well, it's still gone. Did I do a mistake somewhere? Before the stream, but it was by accident, but you know. I click on a button and then everything refreshed and I was like, oh, I think I made a mistake. Let me check if the chat works. Let's go to a random live streamer. Let's go to a random VTuber. Let's go for VTuber. Oh god, that's not where I wanted to land. Let's go for Ryuwu. There. And who do we choose? Who might have an active chat? Can we sort by views? I just want someone with an active chat. Here, Japanese. This looks kinda active. Oh, she has a nice voice. Can you hear her? Yes. Daijoubu. Sometimes I love joining Japanese streams because, you know, you get the full Japanese experience. Okay, let me check. How does this work again? Let me do that, and this, and that, and this. And then I have to click the magic button, which should be this one. Okay, now technically it should show up if someone is writing something. Is someone writing? Oh wait, I can write something. I can write something. What do we write? It's like evening time, no? What time is it in Japan? Wait, let's see. What time is it in Japan? 2 a.m.
立てよう。
It's 2 a.m.
確か
That's really late.
土が
What can we write? I want to be respectful. I don't wanna just start talking English. Should we write Ohio? But Ohio is good morning. Konbanwa? Is Konbanwa
あと木が
respectful
2つ
enough? I also heard from a friend that people say Ohio as a joke sometimes when they
そうな
join.
るといいね。
So I will write... What? I have to be subscriber for 30 minutes? What?
そう体力に任せる。
Yeah, this was my reaction as well. I just want a chat that I can use for my experiments. Okay, what about Kisner? Schisner? Oh my god. I'm sorry, I hate ASMR. I hate it. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's go
そういう
here.
の言うかもなんか、誰かに背中を押したいですよね。やろうみんな頑張ろうって。
Gambaro, Gambaro. Okay, wait, let me make my experiment.
甘えるなっていうね。甘えて活動するんじゃないっていうのは、
Okay,
もし
let
かしたらいつか言う
me
かもしれないけどね。
do this, then that, then I need to click this
伸び
beautiful
たいでも頑
button.
張りたくない。やっぱ誰かが
And
一
then
旦
it
さ、
should work.
ダメだよ、そんな考え方じゃ
Let me
なくて
write something. What should we
言うフェーズはいい
write?
のかなとはちょっと
I
思
will
って
write
ます
Ohio.
みんなスイさんと話すの楽しくて
スイさん
来てるはずだからさ。大丈夫かな？トーク力ってのも定義がよくわからない話ではあります。まあ、来たら、
Susei? Wait, the chat is active, but it's not working in my thing.
のじゃのりよい
Let me
ひとりさん
refresh
は
this
元気
thing.
かなどうか
ちょっと待って
なのじゃさん。
Uh,
スイさんの声のトーンと話すスピードとか夜中聞きやすいんですよね。ありがとうございます。すごく嬉しい
I
です。
I hear it again. It's not me, right?
いいママ
Am I the weird one?
ママですし、フォロー所属
Am I the weird one?
ね。沖縄でご当地バージョン
Let's have a small talk with me. Are there English people here or why is she writing
違
it
うね、ミ
in
クさんと。
Kawasaki
自分はニコニコ
Sui?
にボイルド
Oh,
5
her
分
name
だ
is
と思われてる
Sui.
な。取れないけど。作るのが楽しいんだよね、クリエイティブって。
I was so confused. I was hearing Sui-chan. I was like, what?
えへへ。ファッション
Yes.
スイさんと話すの楽しい
It's not working.
イェーイ喋ろう
The
みんな
chat is not
ミントさ
working.
んこんばんは。
こんばんは
はじめましてですかね、ミントさん。エンタメ向いてないと思うってバッサリしたことありますない。
Kami Mint.
だって
Okay, it's not working. I don't know why it's not working. I don't know. Maybe it will work at some point. But I'm babbling enough. We already passed 10 minutes and I really switched back here to escape the yapping and still I'm yapping over here. Can you believe this? Can you believe that? It's crazy. But yeah, let's start with the first video for today. And it's called How Humans Broke the Game. So we will find out what is making the human broken. Why is he broken? As you might be able to see, me, the dragon, also takes a human form. And there are good reasons for that. We need to communicate. I don't wanna be... I didn't choose to be a deer. Didn't choose to be... a whale. Which is technically also really cool. But... what else do we have? What other animals are there? An ant. I didn't choose to become a chimera ant. I chose to take the form of human. Human. So let's find out why. How humans broke the game. Let's go.
This video was made in partnership with Curiosity Stream.
Thank you, Curiosity Stream. Oh my god. I can't speak. Oh, what happened? Yeah, this made... There's no way this made so much damage. There's no freaking way this made so much damage. Huh? Look, he got yeeted. How is one guy making so much damage and two of them are not doing so much? What is this? A rhino? A boar rhino? Wait, it says it over there. Rhinoceros. Okay, so it's a rhino. And the guy got almost killed. But he killed the Dark Souls boss. Nice. But why is he level 1? Is he not having any experience? He looked like he did it more often than once. How much XP did he get? Hello?
Humans are the current #1 build in the meta, but they haven't
Yeah.
always reigned supreme. In fact,
Cats are
at
there
first
as
they were one
well?
of the least powerful builds in the meta, and it took several buffs, refinements, and tweaks before the human became even remotely threatening within its home server of Africa.
Yeah, League of Legends absolutely buffed the humans to freaking oblivion.
So today, we're going to break down all the different variations of the human build throughout
Okay, we're
the
gonna
history
check
of
all the
Outside and
patches.
discuss their unique
Okay.
traits, stats, and abilities, with the hope of demonstrating why some of these skill tree choices worked, while others couldn't compete. The first
Really?
players to unlock...
Wait! This makes me wonder now. I mean, everyone kinda looks the same, you know? But... Are there... If you zoom back out, if you go a couple 100,000, or let's say 10,000 years in the past, probably more 100,000 than 10,000. But if you go in the past, are there different kind of monkey species which will then both evolve into humans? That would, I think this would be interesting. Like for example, let me clarify. Let's say, oh, hello, Natapilz, how are you doing today? Sorry, I'm not home today, but I have fun on the stream. Okay, no worries. You can always check out the VOD if you want. And enjoy wherever you are, your trip, or I don't know what you're doing. The chat is really not working still. This is crazy. But it is. Is it because I pressed so many buttons in the beginning? Oh no. Wait. Maybe. Let me double check something. If I go here now. Maybe the link changed. No, it didn't change. Okay, let me try something else. I'm gonna switch to this thing. Come on. Do your thing. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Hello? Can you please update the chat program? Okay, it's not working. Let me restart it. Okay. Is it working now? Okay, this seems to be working. How about that one? Are you working? Okay, let me try that. Okay, and now. Chat. Huh? Shut. No. Oh. Okay. Okay, it's working now. I don't know what I did. Why is it working now? I switched to beta. I was about to change the link. Well, okay. I guess it's working now. Even though I didn't change the link. Okay, I'm not gonna complain. If it works, it works. Alright. What did I wanted to say? Yeah, the different species. So, like, for example, you know, let's say there are different monkeys, you know, there's like there are the red monkeys, you know, the monkeys with like that are more red. I don't know if you ever went to a zoo, but there are red monkeys and they look like monkeys. And then there are black monkeys as well, but they are technically they look the same but with a different hair color, you know. But they are different species because there are like small little details that are different, like really small details that are different. And what I'm wondering is, what if it was the same for humans, like multiple different species of monkeys at some point evolved into different species, not species, but like, you know, different kind of monkeys, of humans. And that's how the hair colors came. And then, of course, I mean, I don't know, are there any blonde animal? Yeah, lions. But I cannot explain. I have never seen a blonde monkey. Are there blonde monkeys? Wait. Let's research. Blonde monkey. There are some. Look. If you are blonde, this is your ancestor. Or maybe this one. Probably that one. Look. It's your ancestor. Blonde guys. Can you believe that? He's the daddy of your 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 daddy. And a lot of daddies more. Crazy. I wonder. Or if like everything was like a few specific monkeys. I don't know. I'm just asking, I'm wondering. But yeah, maybe he will explain. Maybe I'm just, you know, as per usual, I talk 10 minutes about something and then 1 minute later they explain how it actually works. Okay, let's get into it.
The human class were a group of African primate manes that switched from the knuckle-walking quadrupedal build to a bipedal one.
Crazy.
It's important to note that at this point, they hadn't sacrificed their arm
What
to
did
a
he say?
bipedal one. It's important to note that at this point,
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, mate, you should probably go on a tree. Go on the tree.
Sacrificed their arboreal mobility.
Go on the tree. Oh my god, he jumped.
On their ability to climb to escape danger.
Crazy.
The top tiers at the time were all large terrestrial mammal builds, far
what
too
is
strong
that?
for Australopithecus. The top tiers at the time were all.
Is this a zebra? What is that?
Large terrestrial.
Seriously, what is that?
Mammal builds far too strong for Australopithecus to challenge them, so their only option was to avoid them.
Survive.
It might seem counterintuitive to switch to a bipedal build when your playstyle is centered around the arboreal.
What
zone,
is that?
But the reason this
is
was
this your
so
brain?
crucial was
Oh no,
because
those
it
are
freed up their
fruits.
hands to be able to carry items back to their tree.
Whoa!
The reason this
What
was
was
so
that?
crucial was because it freed up their hands to be able to carry
Okay,
items back to
interesting.
their tree.
Yeah, he already discovered American freedom. Crazy.
This was the first step towards refining the cooperative, loot-sharing playstyle that have made humans so dominant in the current meta. Now, you might be surprised to learn that the devs have nerfed humans in the past. The tree-dwelling strategy was seen as a cheap way to avoid dealing with other players, and so the devs decided to reduce the number and size of trees in the Africa server.
Damn.
This forced humans to ditch their arboreal strategy and spec into ground-based abilities. And for a while, humans got absolutely bodied by other players.
Yeah.
Even with the ability to use items and create tools,
Bonk.
the other builds in the region, like saber-tooths and giant hyenas, were far too strong for humans to deal with. They had to rely solely on the thieving skill to get by, but this disadvantage
You
was
can
slightly
take the bones and take them as a weapon. This works in the forest.
mitigated by their newfound ability
Was it
to
the
craft
forest?
bone
I don't know.
using tools, letting them scavenge for marrow after big cats had finished with the kill. Once humanity had scraped together enough evolution points by scavenging, they finally got to level up some of their stats and give themselves the ability to survive by hunting.
Okay, they got more intelligence, more mobility. What else did they got? A little bit of death. No, they got less. Oh no, they got more. I'm stupid. Never mind. I'm the stupid one. Okay, they got less defense, more mobility. HP stays the same, and stealth went down as well. Why did stealth went down? I would say it went up. Because they can hide now? No. They did other things. They use leaves to hide on the ground or something? I don't know.
Rather than scavenging. They spec'd into longer legs and less body hair, allowing them to finally unlock one of the human's most powerful signature abilities, sweating. Sweating allows the player to reach
those League of Legends players, when are doing this really good, apparently. All the league players, they are sweating a lot.
Charge their stamina even while moving, whereas other builds are forced to stop and use the pant ability to recharge stamina.
I don't know if this is so true, man. I don't know if I can walk behind this anime for like 30 minutes. Oh, wait, run behind this anime for like 30 minutes. I don't know. If I heard it, then maybe, you know, you attack it, it starts running, you run after it for 2-3 minutes, and then it will fall down. But uninjured, I'm not so sure.
They could justify putting...
Maybe if you are multiple people, you can come from multiple sides, the anime don't know what to do. And then it gets exhausted really quickly.
all of their evolution points into mobility rather than power, because by this point they'd also leveled up their crafting enough to make spears. The stable, best in slot two-handed weapon until the invention of gunpowder.
Whoa!
A sustainable source of meat is worth a lot more XP than fruit or scavenged marrow. So much so that this let humans finally start leveling up their intelligence to a truly staggering level. Promoting both cooperation and innovation.
Are they gonna go mage
once again,
class?
nerfs were on the way. Just before the Ice Age balance patch hit, a faction of the human player base migrated servers, establishing themselves in the Europe server. Most of the others stayed in
this is not
Africa.
Europe. Oh.
The Ice Age patch hit, and it led to two very different changes in the two servers that the...
Oh, that's bad. Well, how was the Ice Age? How did it affect Africa, I wonder? But no, wait, Ice Age? Africa back then? There were still trees. I'm pretty sure.
The humans were playing on. In Europe, as you probably expect, the overall temperature dropped and ice damage became a threat. The humans, as well as most of the other top players there, spec'd into bulkier builds that could survive the cold better. In short, the update didn't really affect them too badly. This group became known as the Neanderthal faction. The humans that remained in Africa, now known as the Sapiens faction, faced a much worse update. Ironically, during the...
So they were different, but did they came from different monkeys? Yeah, technically yes. More than less? More than less?
Ice Age, Africa got hotter and drier.
Yeah.
The large herbivores humans had such a good matchup against all left, and the human player base in Africa was reduced to the brink of extinction, with player counts below 10,000. They survived by leveling up their fishing skill, scavenging for shellfish and other low XP sources, as they too made their escape from Africa. When they finally escaped Africa, they were finally back in a server that they could thrive in, but they had competition. Neanderthals had the highest stats of any human build in history. They had bigger...
Neanderthals?
Neanderthals had the highest stats of any human build in history.
Let's see. They have the same intelligence, roundabout. Yeah, no, it's the same. The power is higher. Damn, wait, it's actually really high. Defense is higher. Mobility is higher. HP is higher. Stealth is the same. Damn.
They had bigger brains, more girthy bodies, stronger muscles, just undeniably a more viable build compared to Sapiens.
Crazy.
So by this point I'm guessing you're wondering, well, if Neanderthals were more powerful, why is it that eventually the Neanderthals lost the faction war to the Sapiens?
Probably because the Sapiens were more people, I would say. They were more. Or maybe they had to go into a different territory because they avoided them. And then they lost the territorial advantage? I don't know.
It turns out that their physical superiority was actually their downfall.
Really?
Neanderthals and Sapiens had a very different hunting strategy when it comes to taking down large herbivores.
Okay, bonk.
Neanderthals had the strength to defeat them with melee combat, and had the defense and HP to be able to take a hit or two, even from some of the Ice Age's strongest herbivore builds. They were also fast enough to be able to close the distance between themselves and their targets. This all sounds awesome, but there's one key detail in this plan that you might have noticed. Since Neanderthals were fit enough to take on these herbivores face to face, they didn't have to invent ranged weapons. Sapiens, on the other hand, would get one shot if they tried to take...
Yeah, I hate freaking bow people. I hate them. Look, that's why. That's why. The good ones get lost and the bad ones win when they have a freaking bow. That's why I have a sword on me. You always fight with honor. Not, you don't hide in a freaking tree and shoot down your enemy.
On behemoths like mammoths or woolly rhinos in close combat. Thankfully, even though their brains weren't as big as Neanderthals, it was still more than enough for them to be able to use the aforementioned crafting skill to create the first ranged weapon, the atlatl. Atlatls are a relatively simple yet effective item that allows the user to launch spears over twice as far.
What?
This was critical for the survival of sapiens as it allowed them to match the DPS of the Neanderthal. But
I want one of these things. This sounds awesome. I wanna launch it from my balcony. Wait, this sounds wrong. But I wanna launch it from my balcony. I wanna see how far it goes.
But also stay out of range of a potentially
Will
devastating
it go all the way down to the end of the mountain?
counterattack. Sapiens also tended to have bigger party
Whoa.
sizes. Neanderthals were less
Yeah,
social
I knew
and
it. It's the size. There were too many.
tended to stick to small, tight-knit groups, while sapiens formed much larger communities that could control much larger territories. Eventually,
Yes.
even though Neanderthals were the better fighters, they were the ones failing to find enough XP to survive. And
Crazy.
this is where their physical might became a huge detriment. The bigger you are, the more energy you need to survive. And so
Oh.
the Neanderthals' strong, powerful bodies eventually became unsustainable. Most of them
Damn.
were defeated in combat or starved, although a few did end up actually switching factions and joining with the sapiens. But
So there are mixes. So that's why some people are so big. Now we know where the big people are coming from. They are coming from the Neanderthals.
after defeating their most dangerous opponent,
So Kali and Crony were Neanderthals. That's crazy. Crazy.
humans were free to dominate the game as the new top tiers. They mastered
That's my
several key
conclusion.
advanced techniques such as agriculture, archery, and sailing.
A couple 100,000 years ago, Crony and Kali were Neanderthals. And Goomba, for example, was a sapiens. Interesting. Interesting.
Allowing them to push the meta far past what other builds ever thought possible.
Hmm.
You'd think that they would all work together to rule the game, but unfortunately, many of them ended up engaging in PvP with each
What
other.
the...
It kinda makes sense given that other players are
Wait,
hardly
what,
even
what happened?
You sailing, allowing them
Sailing.
to push the meta several key
Wait, how many
humans were
thousand years did we just speed up?
techniques such as agriculture, archery, and sailing,
Yeah.
allowing them to push the meta far past what other builds ever thought possible.
Yeah.
You'd think that they would all work together to rule the game, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, many of them ended up engaging in PvP with think that they would all work together to rule the
When
game.
was the first
but
one?
unfortunately-
1000? No, this is only 1000. Those are only 500 years. Damn. This is about the time when I landed on Earth. Yeah, crazy. Crazy.
Many of them ended up engaging in PvP with each other. It
Yes.
kinda makes sense given that other players are hardly even a challenge, but nonetheless, infighting is their biggest weakness right now. Anyways, hopefully that gives you a better background on the history of the game's most overpowered build.
What? Is this the end?
Oh, by the way, I bet many
Yeah.
of you noticed the incredible footage of ancient hominids that I used in this video.
Yes.
This footage is from a brand new documentary called Out of the Cradle, which was
Out of the
animated by
Cradle.
Square Enix, the masterminds behind the Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest
Yeah,
video
I-
games. It's available right now on CuriosityStream, a streaming service that has over 2,400 titles, including many of
Shoot.
my personal all-time
I only have
favorites,
Netflix,
like
I'm
Walking with
sorry.
Dinosaurs, Ice Age
What-
Giants,
what's
and
that?
of course, Out of the Cradle. The subscription is only
Damn.
$2.99 a month. Stores, Ice Age Giants, and of course,
Me when my favorite streamer goes live.
Out of the Cradle. The
I'm
subscription is only
sorry. I'm sorry.
$2.99 a month, but if you go to curiositystream.com/tiersu right now and use the promo code TIERSU, you can get a whole month for free. So please, go check out Out of the Cradle. I can genuinely say that it's got some of the best animation of any prehistoric documentary I've seen.
Really?
Anyways, thank you all so much for watching.
I
and
saw
thanks
better than
especially to
this.
my patrons on
I'm sorry to say this,
Until
but I
next
saw
time,
better than
good luck
this.
out there.
Well, maybe in the internet, maybe in YouTube, I don't know. But yeah, this was interesting. So we discovered the meta. Okay, but
What makes
now we are gonna check out something else. Oh, I completely forgot to say that, but it's a little bit late after the first video. But all the links of all the videos are also in the description. So if you wanna check something out, you wanna give it a like, subscribe, check out other videos of the channel, you can find it in the description on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The second video for today is Humans Are Terrifying. You Are Terrifying by SPDS Speeds. I don't know how I should pronounce that, but yeah, let's see what's going on there.
What makes humans terrifying? We're not the
Yeah, why? Whoa.
strongest or fastest animal, and we're definitely not the biggest.
Yeah.
So
You are definitely not. Am I allowed to speak even? What height am I again? Was it 5'5"? I should not speak. I should shut my mouth right now. I should shut my mouth.
what makes us scarier than anything in history? At
A
first, I thought it was
dinosaur?
because
I don't think humans are scarier than a dinosaur. Do you know how big those things are?
we're smart. But after spending
What?
hours scarier than anything in history. At first, I thought it was because we're smart. But after spending hours researching human nature and what humans have done, the horror of humans goes much deeper.
Yeah, I mean, look at people. There were people who started a war at someone because they didn't like them. They were like, I don't like you. I will kill you right now and take over your country. And then they sent 1,000 people to them. Like, whoa, calm down. What? Hey, what's up? Just follow you. How are you? Hello, Ryan. How are you doing today? I'm doing fine. Thank you. Yeah, the notifications. You cannot see your name on screen right now yet with the follows, but at some point I will do it. I don't know when. I have to do it at some point. But you can see your name on the chat. The chat is working. I'm also good. How's your journey going with this game? This game? With the human game? I think it's going fine. I survived about 1,000 years. 1,000... How much is it again? 1,200 something. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I would say so far we are doing pretty good. What other games you like to play? Minecraft. Damn, I say Minecraft, but I haven't played it in such a long time. Palworld? Wait, what do we play often lately? We play City Skylines, Minecraft technically. Palworld, yeah. Lately we also been playing Schedule 1. But I think we are pretty much through the game already. We are about to open the biggest drug farm everyone saw. Yeah. Yeah, and tomorrow we will play... What is the name of the game again? Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I heard it's a really good game. I only heard positive feedback so far about it. So I'm really excited for it. How often do you stream? Every 1 to 2 days at the moment. Every 1 to 2 days. Yeah. On YouTube we also have reaction uploads. So it's basically every day there's something going on. You know what else is nice? What else is nice? The iceberg? Oh, what did I just do? I'm sorry. This guy is nice. Albert Einstein. You too sweet and nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't know. I mean, your name is... I don't know. I wanted to say something cool about your name, but nothing came to my mind. I'm too uncreative for this. But I like Ryan. It reminds me of Family Guy. I'm sorry. Even though it's not written the same way. Oh, wait. You have a German last name. Do you speak German? By the way, I do some super crazy art stuff. What do you like to see? I don't know. There are a lot of people here trying to sell me their art, but I'm not buying art if this is your question. For my thumbnails, I'm using 3D, and yeah. When I go for art, I usually go to ArtStation or something like that if I need it. I'm not selling. Okay. I just wanted to already say it in advance, so there are no wrong expectations. Oh, thanks. You like my name? I love to hear your thoughts on my work. Sure. I mean, we have a Discord server. You can send it on the server or in my DMs or on Twitter, or what else do we have? Instagram. I think that's all we have. YouTube comments will not be that easy. Can I show you? Sure. I can check it out after the stream if you send it on Twitter, Discord, or Instagram. Okay, let's continue. What's going on with the humans? Why are they terrifying?
I thought. Let's take ancient humans for example. Ancient humans used persistent hunting to tire their prey out over a long period of time until they simply couldn't run away anymore. Just the fact that we have 2 legs alone makes us prime for running, but we also sweat.
Really? I mean, okay, no, I'm not gonna say it.
A lot more than other animals, which cools our bodies significantly.
When you play League of Legends, for example.
Humans can eat just about anything for nutrients, but if we
That's true.
can't find food, that's okay as well, because the body will eat the fat inside itself to stay upright, to stay running at all costs.
I followed you on Twitter. Can you give me a follow back there so that I can show you my hook? Oh, my DMs are open on Twitter. You can just write me. No worries.
But what's sad is usually at the end of these hunts, it ends with an animal just straight giving up. When an animal simply can't cool down by sweating or efficiently run like humans can, they get...
Wait, does it mean that animals are not sweating? Really? Huh? I'm gonna Google this right now. Let's go with cats. Are cats sweating? Do cats sweat? Cats do sweat, but only a little, and primarily to the paw pads. Really? Sweating is not the main method for cooling off. Interesting. Okay. That's really interesting. I didn't know that. We just learned something new. Some basic knowledge, basically. I can't able to send him a message, that's why I'm asking. Yeah, I can check it out after the stream. I mean, you should be able to send me a message. It's open for anyone. Just click on the message icon. Maybe it's blocked. Maybe it's blocked by spam or something. But I will check after the stream where it is. I mean, even if it's spam, there's like an extra section for it. So, yeah.
Get tired, and they eventually just stop and lay down, accepting that they have lost.
Really?
This is horrifying. After the animal gives up, the human can simply just finish it off without a fight because the animal cannot move. The animal frantically tries to run away, but its legs...
I'm not a verified user on Twitter, that's why. I'm not a verified user as well. What do you mean? I'm not a verified user as well.
Them. And as the human gets closer, its fate is sealed. The human has won.
What?
This absolute relentlessness that humans portray
But they have 4 legs.
Is so terrifying to me. But humans aren't the only persistence hunters in the animal kingdom. However, our scariness goes far, far beyond persistent hunting. Because hunting was important in ancient times. But now we've brought humanity far past the times of...
Now we have freedom. We have American freedom.
Fire and stones. And we've become very aware of the true atrocities of humankind. Humans have committed much of their own atrocities amongst themselves throughout history, in ways much more brutal than we could imagine. But will we ever fully unite, and if so, how...
Humanity finally united to fight aliens. What?
terrifying can we be? In
What
the
do you
case of an
mean?
alien invasion,
What?
aliens might not be ready for the destruction that humans could inflict on them. Imagine
I think this argument is always so stupid. It's always so freaking stupid. Because if just imagine you are an alien, okay? And you are able to travel so fast that you can get to Mars in seconds. You can get there in seconds. You know, because you have a fast traveling method. You discovered it or you are using it. If you have something like that, do you really think that a freaking gun or a freaking rocket or a bomb will stop you? It can stop you? Bro, if an alien would want to invade the freaking Earth and wants to destroy it, he would just do it. Like, there's no way any human could fight back. It's so stupid. I hate those arguments because it's so stupid. If there would be, then it's, I mean, yeah, it would be already over. Unless they are coming in peace. That's a different scenario. But yeah, I mean the average human is stupid and he will probably try to shoot it first or do an experiment on it to know what it is. So yeah.
in the case of an alien invasion, aliens might not be ready for the destruction that humans could inflict on them. Imagine
Sure.
coming to an alien world called Earth and being attacked straight away by a horde of small running creatures that are somehow smart enough to
Bro, he's just doing a freaking AOE attack and everyone is gone.
inherit the planet they live on, and to have manipulated metal and chemicals into weapons of mass destruction that can blow up entire lands of mass in seconds.
Yeah, I will not say anything on it. I already said something.
And not only do humans manipulate things into weapons, our entire existence itself is owed to endurance and determination. When we have a sight in mind, we do not stop until that goal is accomplished. Our actual fighting capacities are barbaric. We can take extreme damage to our insides and lose half our blood.
Nanami!
We also fight with such tenacity and endurance that might not even be conceivable to an alien species.
In German we call him Levi.
That's a human for you. Purely brutish. But unfortunately, like I said, humans have, in their own special way, inflicted a lot of their own horror.
Well, for the fighting spirit, I agree, but the rest is some weird BS. What's going on there? No, there's no human who could defeat a dragon like me, for example. Look at me. Look at me. All I have to do is... yeah, well, this one. They will start running away. Or they burn to the crisp. Or I'm doing this one. And then their eyes are running away. Or split into two. Come on, man. Come on. And they cannot hurt me. I have scales. If they shoot me, it's not affecting me. It is not affecting me.
On themselves. But what were the worst things humans have ever been through? Massive war crimes like the Holocaust and many other smaller overlooked events have shown just how messed up humans can be themselves. I mean, at a certain point, at some times, the biggest threat to humanity wasn't a massive asteroid or earthquake, but instead, well, ourselves. But our species has seriously endured unbelievable challenges. For example, in medieval times, the Black Death casually just killed off roughly half of all humans on Earth in just 5 years. Which, if you think about it,
how many? 5?
Roughly half of all humans on Earth in just 5 years.
5?
Death casually just killed off roughly half.
This was not 5 years. What is he talking about? Human populations levels in Europe, 1,000 to 1,000 to 700, showing the effects of large epidemics of the Black Plague. There you can see it. Okay. About 85 and then it drops down to 60. This is not even... This is not 5 years. It's not 5 years. It's not. It's like 10. It's like 10 or 15. It's way more.
All humans on Earth in just 5 years, which if you think about it is absolutely insane. Imagine living in that time where essentially everybody was...
I mean, we saw how fast something like this can spread to Corona. They didn't have airplanes or stuff like this. But people were traveling. People were consuming stuff from all over the world, more than this. And if it's unnoticeable for some time, no one knows about it, and then it starts at many different places, but you are not really sure which places, or it's like, you know, let's say it starts in Asia and in Europe at the same time, and then it slowly spreads to the other regions, but like single places, you know, you will not notice it. People will just keep dying. You're like, oh no, what is happening? And then you will only notice that it's an epidemic once you go to the other cities and you're like, wait, the same is going on here and here and here. So yeah, you might not know it's a crazy issue until you communicate. And thankfully with Corona we had the internet. So yeah.
Dying. Other early human pandemics like the plague of Justinian during 541 CE killed roughly 30% of the population at that time.
Crazy.
There has been a plethora of other major extinction plagues throughout history, all of which we endured and survived. Things like the Black Death seriously threatened humanity as a species. If our ancestors didn't valiantly push through and survive these mass extinction events, we would not be here right now. But that's what makes us so scary, is the ability to come out and repopulate or remake what we lost after it's done.
We are making babies. Come over here. Oh, wait, what? No. This came up wrong. Okay, I wanted to say something else, but for some reason this came out of my mouth. I'm sorry. Okay, let's just pretend nothing happened and continue.
Over and over again. But as I said, humans' biggest threat is unfortunately ourselves, as our differences in ideals and belief leads to the biggest conflicts in history. It leads to creating terrifying machines of destruction that lead to more casualties than should be humanely possible.
Yeah, and it's so stupid.
Humans just love creating machines of destruction. The rods of God was a concept where we would launch 20 feet long massive rods of tungsten into orbit.
Yeah, I remember that one guy. What was his name? I really forgot his name. But I remember he was also with Oppenheimer, and he built always bigger and more crazier bombs. And at some point he built a bomb so powerful it would destroy the freaking America. He was American, by the way. And well, he didn't build it. I think, no, it was just the idea. He wanted to build it. And the idea was, okay, they will store this bomb somewhere in America. The enemy will not know where it is. But if it explodes, freaking America blows up. And the explosion will be so big that it will influence the full planet and everyone will die. This guy was so crazy. He was like, okay, let's have this button, and then it detonates, or if they attack us and it explodes, then everyone will die as well. I was like, okay. Everyone will die if they attack us. Crazy guy. Crazy guy. They didn't build it, I think. Well, they still did something else. Instead of this one massive bomb, they built like 1,000 new ones, but which is basically the same. Just more spread out, but yeah, freaking Americans. I don't. It's just like I hate Americans, but I don't. It's just I hate people who build devices to destroy others without reason. Does this make sense? I think so. Yeah. Those people I hate. They would destroy without a reason. Or for their own gain. Yeah.
drop them from space onto a target at a massive speed, forcing a collision that rivals the impact of nuclear bombs. I could only imagine seeing a massive tungsten bar falling from space towards me. And
What?
ridiculously enough, the concept was only dropped because it was too expensive and not practical. Not because
Okay.
it was inhumane. We are great at destruction, and we actively try our hardest to protect from and destroy, well, each other. Aliens will
Yeah.
probably also realize just how fast humans have grown as a species. 200 years ago, humans didn't have railroads. 25 years ago, airplanes didn't exist either. 75 years ago, we didn't have spaceflight. 35 years
Yeah.
ago, we didn't have the internet. We've already pretty much inherited the Earth, and next it will be the stars, and
When was the first smartphone launch? 10 years ago? 20 years ago? Yeah, it's crazy.
whatever comes after that. And if anything tries to get in our way, we will annihilate them. Our technology...
Yeah, sure. Nah, I will not say anything on it. I will just make myself more unpopular.
Technological growth is nothing to sneeze at, because it's only growing more and more as time passes. AI is now growing at exponential rates.
Yes.
Spaceflight is resuming soon, and medical technology is so good we've increased our lifespan by almost 50 years since ancient times. Our growth is insane.
Well, in ancient times, everyone was freaking fighting. I mean, if you are battling boars and bears all day, I'm pretty sure your lifespan would not be 90 years or something like that.
While we might have the technology to drop asteroid-like attacks
I never
on
saw a
ourselves,
grandpa
what
battling
happens
a-
when something like an
a
asteroid
bear
really does come attack
or a
the
boar.
Earth? Well, fear not, because we somehow have that covered as well. Astonishingly, NASA just accomplished what I believe to be the most insane thing in a long time. I mean, I was seriously baffled when I saw this. The
What?
first ever successful attempt at combating potentially dangerous asteroids was succeeded by NASA's DART mission in 2022, when NASA intentionally slammed a spacecraft into an asteroid as humanity's first planetary test of defense.
Oh damn, okay. Turn. What's that? Whoa,
The
calm
asteroid
down.
Dimorphos was roughly 6.8 million miles away from Earth at the time, and the spacecraft hit the asteroid at 13,000 miles per hour upon collision.
Okay.
The crater left on the asteroid in mid-space was about 33 feet across, and we as humans successfully directed an asteroid orbit period by an entire 32 minutes. We shot something across the vast
Okay.
nothingness of space and
Okay.
altered an asteroid mid-orbit.
I mean, my concern is always, okay, you make an explosion. So where does the rest go? It's clearly going kind of in the way where, you know, the rocket came from, or part of it. Because it's like an explosion, it just spreads out.
That is confounding.
What?
Space is such an invisible boundary for humans. Its sheer vastness and emptiness is something that I actually made a whole video on. But slowly,
Yeah.
surely, us humans are poking at the veil. We are held back by a glass
What do you
ceiling
mean? Do you know how big the universe is? He's crazy. We haven't discovered a single thing. If you would put all the space we've been with all human, well, I don't know, with I don't know, satellites and stuff like that. If you put all those things in and say, okay, like we have like things that are really like the first human body. Wait, this sounds wrong. The first human object left the solar system a few years ago. That's the furthest we went. This is not even a grain. This is, if you compare to the visible universe, it's not even like all the distance we traveled so far is not even as big as an atom. It's smaller than an atom. That's how much we discovered. It's nothing. It's nothing. I mean, yeah. I would say if you would have said in the Milky Way or something like that, I would still have disagreed. But I would be at least okay. You can say that at least. But this is a crazy comparison.
That is space travel. One day we might even be able to make it to another planet or another star.
Yeah, yeah. In a few hundred years, I think this is really possible as well. Personally.
Because we are so mortifyingly growing that our potential will shatter the glass ceiling without looking back.
My only issue that I have personally, everything here is personal opinion, of course, is I don't know if we have enough water. If you look at the ocean, only like how much was it, like 10%? Maybe it was even less. Only 10% is drinkable. So and yet people throw their freaking trash into the water on the street. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? Don't freaking throw your cigarettes into the water on the street. Don't do it. Put it in the trash. If you throw one cigarette on the street, it's poisoning so much stuff. You cannot believe it. It's poisoning so much stuff. So put your things in the trash and then it's fine. Yeah. Like I'm really interested. Like what I'm interested is how will the water situation be in 100 years? Will we find a way to make the water cleaner? Or will we actually be on a shortage of water? Like, that's what I'm wondering about. Or are we really on another planet which has more water? Like the moon, for example. Wait, was it the moon? No, it was the Mars, I'm sorry. You have water on the Mars. You just don't know if it's drinkable or not.
And once this happens, the universe will truly be afraid of our potential. But I've been holding back on talking about one specific thing because it truly is the most terrifying thing about humans.
What's the most terrifying?
One thing is our curiosity, our unwavering desire to explore pretty much anything. We want to conquer everything that we don't already have possession of.
That's
we want
true.
to conquer mountains so we can climb every one that looks impossible. And some of us die
I'm on a mountain
simply for the sake of doing it. We travel to space because we feel claustrophobic on the already massive Earth and want more to conquer, explore, and experience. We find every nook and cranny of every possible spot that we can, so we know we're not missing
yes,
out, and we
freaking
love
cave divers.
doing it. If I were an alien that came to Earth, I would be afraid, as humans would like.
I will not say anything. I already said enough.
Likely uncover me by accident and find me interesting and take me in for human.
What the hell is that?
Human is a capsule of creativity, a capsule of spirit and courage, and we leave our mark in every possible way we can for the people that will be here after we are gone, because we feel
look, it's Konoha.
to say hello. And we will continue to explore and conquer until we have fully, and I mean fully, exhausted every last urge to conquer in our DNA. And until then, whatever stands in our way will either have to move aside or be annihilated. And we do this all.
Bro, don't say that. Don't say that.
All under the conception that we have no idea why we are on a rock in the middle of space with a conscious mind. We were plopped onto this space rock and took control of it in a blink of an eye. We pushed forward in the name of our...
It took multiple 100,000 years. What do you mean? Oh. I mean, compared to how old the Earth is, it's technically a blink of an eye. Yeah. But, yeah. Okay, no, I can agree with that. I don't have to disagree with everything.
Only animal capable of self-reflection and complex consciousness. But with this consciousness, we are crushed by our own minds to be forced against the unknown universe. Humans aren't just terrifying. We are lonely and terrified. We are forced against the scary void of the unknown world and the universe as we try to survive every day. We have every right to be afraid of the universe and want to give up.
Why is he so depressed?
Why do we continue no matter what? Why do we somehow pull through the most dire circumstances? I'll say it again and again, because us humans are persistent. We are absurd and we are great. We persevere even in the face of the terrifying and unknown universe. In the face of absurdity, in the face of the unknown, we continue to strive and proceed to push forward regardless of the outcome. Because we are relentless and we are terrifying. O universe, tremble, for Mother Earth has birthed an unforgiving force, and it looks upon you wanting. We are matter.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
We are significant and beautiful that no matter
where
what
is this
stands in our way,
going?
we
I'm so
shall push
confused.
forward in the name of humanity. To write one more story in the seemingly
Did he just show 9/11? Did he just show 9/11? Wait.
stands in our way, we shall push forward
Shut
in
the
the name
matter.
of humanity.
Okay, no, it's just a normal airplane.
To write one more story in the seemingly pointless tale of history. We will continue to breathe our breaths and become a force so reckoning that not even the Mother Universe could hold a candle
Then stop freaking destroying the trees.
to our grid. We will forge a new path throughout time and mark the name Homo sapien deep within the cosmos as a crucial point in history. As a species so terrifying that we forced our way through catastrophe, and arose so valiantly we cried aloud with passion and determination. Humans are terrifying.
Damn, this music is loud. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't really agree with it. I don't really agree with it, to be honest. Not for those reasons. Not for those reasons. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, let's go to the last video for the day. The last one is a long one. And it's from a really small channel, actually. He has even less subscribers than me, so check him out. The last video for today is called This Body Is Not My First. And I think it was about the bodies being really fragile. I think that's what I saw in the thumbnail. I think I wanted to have something fragile about fragility of the human body as well, because you don't know, the human body is so fragile. As much as we just learned, I'm gonna dump everything down now. And yeah, no, it's so easy to break. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. And if you have those things in your mind, you are like, oh god. It's crazy how easy to break the human body is. It's crazy. So yeah, let's see. What is this video about? It's 40 minutes long. And it's from Starview.
I need to warn you about two things.
Okay.
First of all, here are the things that will be spoiled to vary.
What? Spoilers for Sickness, Vizora, blah blah blah. Okay, so if you don't wanna get spoiled, you can go.
Degrees. And second, this video is not going to be coherent whatsoever.
Okay, maybe I should put a disclaimer behind me. The video is quite long, so maybe people will come and not know what's going on. Okay, notes. Let me put this on the screen. Okay, to the video will have strobing lights, will have flashing images, and how do I put this word? Occasional. This is way too long. This video, you might no will this no then we are will have flashing images and occult. I have to put it here. Damn it. Original. Oh, why you land scenes. But now you cannot see it anymore. I have to make the font smaller. Let's make it this size. Okay. The video will have flashing images and occasional Violent scenes. Okay. Everyone is warned now. I was thinking, okay, but I forgot to write warning, so I just put it at the end now. You have to deal with it. It's fine. It will stay like this for the rest of the stream. Okay. Now everyone is warned, and no one who will come in will be like, what the hell is going on over here? Yeah, okay, let's see.
Whatsoever. You know this weird thing you have all over you? I think it's called a body. A
Yeah.
meat machine fueled by that giant pink jelly bean inside of your cranium.
Yeah.
We only get one of these. So don't you go and ruin it with tattoos, or do go and ruin it with tattoos, because you won't get another chance.
Alright guys, it's time. What tattoo should I make? Which tattoo should I get? I want a lizard tattoo. I will put it on my head. Nah, as you might see, I don't have any tattoos on me, but who knows? Maybe something is below it. You never know. You never know. No, I actually don't, but I think it was funny. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Is it more important to take care of your body with the limited time you have it, or is it better to live life to the fullest and enjoy the things that makes you happy and things that you would otherwise regret not doing? What if that
That's a
fear
good
of regret,
question.
the very idea of making bodily mistakes, became no more? What if the fear of becoming no more, of dying,
Damn.
disappeared?
What's
Would you
going
conduct
on?
yourself differently, try new
Were those
things,
dinosaurs?
more of dying?
What's going on here? What are those animals? Are those dogs? No, wait. Huh? Those are like bacterias. I'm so confused. What's going on?
Disappeared. Would you conduct yourself differently, try new things? Are you afraid of death, or
No.
are you afraid of dying?
Yes.
What is it like to die?
Does this make sense? Not being afraid of death, but dying. I think it always depends on the process. Like, if it hurts, I rather not do it. You know, it will probably not get a positive Yelp review. But if it's quick, like my slash or with the sword, then probably it's fine. Yeah, you can accept the state, but not the situation. Does this make sense? I don't know.
I need to talk to someone about Mickey 17.
What?
You will do.
Mika 17? Who's Mika 17? Mickey Mouse?
Bong Joon-ho's Mickey 17 finally released, and despite
Oh, okay,
being
this is
a
not-
kind of dark
doesn't look like
comedy,
Mickey
it's
Mouse.
triggered a very specific fear in me. I've always got this annoying self-awareness.
Wait,
of
what
me,
was
but
that?
triggered a very
Those were the
specific
same animals as
fear
before.
in me.
What is that?
I've always got this
They look like bacteria, but big and with hair.
annoying self-awareness of my own body. Just the thought of breaking a bone more or less terrifies me.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, the human body is so freaking fragile. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm awfully self-aware of how the ulna twists when rotating your arm.
Yeah.
Afraid
Don't talk
If I
about it
twist
too
my arm
much.
too much, it's gonna snap and explode, and then
Yeah. I have experience with that. Let me tell you something. You don't want this thing to break. It's not fun. It's not fun, okay? Yeah.
I die from the classic ulna twist maneuver. Is it a rational fear?
I didn't do this
No.
twist
Anyway,
money.
Mickey
What?
17 is a body horror movie.
Really?
Hear me out. Typical body horror is when the body contorts and transforms in graphic.
Nice. It looks so nice.
John Carpenter's The Thing is a fantastic example of this. An alien parasite that infects anyone it comes in contact with. turning them into
Damn.
grotesque amalgamations of flesh
He's
and
playing
bone.
freaking
Even
Half-Life.
though none of these things happen in Mickey 17, nor does it include similarly graphic scenes, I feel like I still want to attribute it to the body horror genre, but in a different way.
Wait, it's those things again.
I feel like I still want to attribute it to the body horror genre, but
The heck is that? Okay, so it's not actually animates. They look weird. They don't have any eyes. Or maybe the eyes are inside this thing? I mean, there are enough animals without eyes that use smell or senses. I don't know. Maybe, like for example, you can take snakes, for example. Did you know that snails are using primarily their tongues to sense other beings, like where the prey is, for example? Because they smell more than less through the tongue. That's why they are putting it out all the time. They are looking what's around them. They're not really using their eyes. Their eyesight is really bad. So they are using the tongue instead. Crazy, right?
in a different way.
Oh, wow! Did you see that?
Damn!
The titular main character, Mickey, has signed on to be an expendable on an expedition to colonize another planet with nothing but white and snow and a hole in the ground.
Oh.
What does that mean? It means his purpose on this expedition is to die.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
Over. And worse, to keep coming back.
What?
Mickey is nothing but a
Subaru?
glorified meat puppet. To perform dangerous tasks and go through various experiments and then have his body be reprinted over and over again.
Damn.
Each Mickey wakes in borrowed skins, same memories. We are not designed to be replaceable. Philosophically, we like to think of our bodies as temporary vessels, yes, but not repeatable ones. The idea that someone could walk into a store and say, I'll take this guy's spine, this girl's ribs, and your skin,
Damn!
and then just go home and make
I
a
want
new person,
your
call it
glasses.
Frankenstein's Build-A-Bear.
Does that work?
It crosses a line we didn't even know was there to begin with. There's a mental fracture of seeing your own body outside of yourself.
Really?
Not just in concept, but physically.
I want
The
it.
horror of body printing is not that it creates monsters, it's that it creates you.
Yeah.
Or at least something close enough to
Please, please, please. I need someone who works so I can stream more. Or I can have two of myself. I want streams, one works, and I am in the background gaming or something else. I don't know.
to pass as you. Once scanned
Watching
and read the
YouTube,
footprint, it
yeah.
can't be unscanned. Somewhere in a facility or a server hall, a version of you exists. Passive, lifeless, ready to have a personality attached to it. Stories about
Nice.
respawning in movies aren't new, of course. Groundhog Day and Edge of Tomorrow are two very popular versions of this. But those movies are more time travel-y. In these movies, the day resets back to a certain point in time, where only the main protagonist keeps their memories. Those
Okay.
movies are more video gamey in a sense with how time resets upon failure. In Mickey 17, however, all the previous Mickey's corpses still exist. The many iterations of forgotten selves. This is where I think the body horror comes in.
Ah, okay, I understand. This sounds like an interesting concept, though. I might check out the movie, actually. This sounds really interesting.
The 17th Mickey is presumed dead, and so they print the 18th. Only Mickey 17 survived when he wasn't supposed to. And now, the universe has a redundancy error.
Oh,
Multiples. If you can be replaced exactly, were you ever really you to begin with? When you are printed again and again across bodies, what survives? A face? A feeling?
that's a good
Promise.
question.
How long until the self deteriorates, until the mind decays after countless reprints over and over and over again in false meats?
This reminds me of Cyberpunk a little bit. I really want to play this game again. I was thinking about it today. Actually, I was like, oh man, Cyberpunk was a good game. It was a good game. And since I don't know if I still have my save point. I don't know if it's on the cloud or not. So I was like, Maybe I should play it on stream, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
Are you still you when you respawn?
Maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. What? Remember or promise? Oh, Japanese. What did it say? What was the kanji? Signals. What? Signalis. Never mind.
There's a moment early on in Signalis when you walk into a room.
Mm.
Or rather, you crawl into a room.
It's a
On the
game?
table of the room lies a copy of the
Yeah,
King in
it's a
Yellow.
game.
Even earlier than that, you wake up on a ship that crash landed. The Penrose 512 and find yourself on an alien planet.
Wait, this is an
Nothing
old
but
game,
snow
but
and
this
white
looks really
space and a
cool.
black gate that leads to a
Imagine
deep
having
hole.
this game in
At the
the
bottom of the
90s
hole,
or something.
You crawl into a room.
This must be
On the
crazy.
table of the room, you interact with. From the moment Signalis begins, something feels off. The entire intro seems to have been a dream or a memory.
Yeah.
The hole you crawl in from
Whoa,
disappears.
what
and
was
seems
that? I
to
saw
have
this.
been a
I saw this.
dream or
Shit, tomate.
memory.
Ah, I'm so bad at
The hole
pausing. You saw that, right? You saw that. He had a different
you
face.
crawl in from disappears and the room seems impossible. How can this all exist on a planet you just crashed on?
I don't know.
Who or what is that broadcast for?
39486.
And why the King in Yellow?
Why is it
I'm
in
now going to
Japanese? Is
try.
my question.
And ultimately fail to walk you through the story of Signalis. A blue screen flashes alongside a boot up
Fatal
sequence when you
error.
come about on the S23 Sierpinski with
But kernel replica bit. Huh? This is German. This is German. Replika Betriebssystem. Generation 5. Landwärme. Landvermessung Schiff. Techniker-Replika. Chipset Modell Kasagi 4. Start der L-System. This is German. Wait, I can translate this for you. Okay, it says L-Kernel 5.6.1F. Replika. What is Betriebssystem? You know, like Windows or Linux. Linux. What's the name? Like the system you're on. Generation 5. What? Schiff. Landvermessung Schiff Techniker Replika. Okay, it's. How do I. Okay, I don't know the direct translation, but it's basically like you are measuring the land and the ship. And you are a technician. And that's the replica you are getting.
with no explanation to how you got there.
Lang
All you have is a
orbital.
promise, one you intend to keep by
This looks
returning
really
to your ship,
cool.
Penrose 512, and rescuing Ariane. Signalis is
Ariane?
a survivor horror game that
Whoa.
takes heavy inspiration from old Silent Hill in many
Damn.
more ways than 20. But it's also overflowing with references to other literature and art.
Oh.
Francisco Goya's
looks so
black paintings
cool.
can be found every here and there. There are several references to Lovecraft and to The King in Yellow by Robert W. Chambers,
Hmm.
both to the book, but also to the play The King in Yellow, found in the book of the same title. A play that makes people mad when experiencing it. There are many,
Interesting.
many appearances of the painting series Isle of the Dead, which represents repetition through the same isle in many different iterations. You play
Interesting.
as an Elster unit, basically an android, or as they're called in Signalis, a replica, aptly named
replica.
Elster in search for Ariane Young, your Gestalt, or
German. Why are you here? It's saying. Wait, there are different texts.
aptly named Elster in search for Ariane Young, your Gestalt.
Okay. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Wait. There was one different sentence there.
Or
What are you looking for? One is in English. And the... Wait. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? What are you looking for? Why are you here? Why are you here? Okay, interesting.
human pilot.
What? Gestalt is also German. Gestalts are civilians, workers. Gestalt is like a being, basically. Oh, he explains it. Shape. Yeah. Meaning shape in German seems to come from the fact that they provide the new pattern for replica units. Okay. Gestalts who appear or mentioned in signalis includes Isa, Erika, Ariane, Alina, Lilith, Anna. What is going on here?
Who also happens to be bioresonant, meaning she can do all
This game looks so cool actually. How old is this game? I don't know if this game is new or not. I don't know. I cannot judge if it's like from 2010 or something or it's from the 90s.
all kinds of telepathy and magic.
Oh. Arbeitergarantier. Was? Garantiere. Was ist eine Garantiere? Krankenflügel A, Krankenflügel B, Wartungsebene, Protektorquartiere. Ah! Okay, so the second is the worker quarter. 3 and 4 is the hospitals. 5 is like a maintenance stuff, maintenance floor. And 6 is like a protector. It's like, I don't know what a protector is. I can't explain it.
Ariane shows you visions.
Oh my god, I can teach you German in this stream. Can you believe it?
Visions early on is nothing but snow and white space and a black gate that leads to a deep hole. At
Crazy.
the bottom of the hole, you crawl into a room. On the table of the room,
What's in the background? He has something written on the whiteboard.
you interact with.
Whoa.
You interact with.
King in yellow. Okay.
Following along?
Der Weg nach Hause. The way
That's
home.
okay. I've played the
Für immer geschlossen halten. It says keep it closed forever.
game 4 or 5 times now, and I don't either. In fact, no one seems to have a firm grasp of anything in this game. It's all interpretation. Is the entire game a fever dream trapped inside a decaying
Everything looks the
elixir?
same.
Is it all a mental projection of Ariane's bioresonant abilities? Is it all a dream by a mad god? Why are all the replicas named after birds? What is the
I don't know.
importance of colibri? Dying in games is a sort of common occurrence. In multiplayer games like Call of Duty, you just press a button to immediately respawn and go again.
Yeah.
It's mostly an annoyance. In single-player games, it carries a bit more weight.
Whoa,
Having to reload from your last checkpoint to try again. Some games
Calm
even make that
down.
a mechanic.
Yeah.
You die and time rewinds, the world resets. Death is not a canon thing, the game's universe doesn't react to the fact you've just magically reappeared. There's a comfort in that rhythm, a way to separate yourself from the stakes. In Signalis, death works the same way in
Sonderzugang. Special access.
a game mechanic sense, but narrative
Wait, what
in
does it say? Chirurgie. Oh, this is the medical room.
Signalis, death works the same way in a game mechanic sense, but narratively that comfort dissolves. You are not special, not a chosen unique replica.
Mayhem?
You're expendable. You are not special, not a chosen unique replica.
Minenarbeit, Nukleartechnik, Hochsicherheitsreplika, Typ Arbeitspersonal, Vorarbeiter, Spezialist. Rahmentyp, Kombatant, selber gesteuert, Sondermodell, typische Körpergröße, Replika-Datenbank. Okay, I'm gonna translate for you, okay? I'm gonna translate. So, the first word, Minenarbeit, means mine work, like you are going to a mine. Then, Nukleartechnik. You can probably already guess it, but it means like nuclear technique. Nuclear technique. Yeah, it's the same, basically. Hochsicherheitsreplika means it's like a high security replica. Typ Arbeitspersonal is like the type is like a worker or like a pre-worker or a specialist. Then it says below that Rahmentyp, which is like a type again, like in which frame, what kind of replica I guess he is, or she, or it. It says non-combatant, which means he is not a fighter. And he is server gesteuert, means he is controlled by the server, I'm sorry. And the rest is just some weird stuff. And the last one, not the last one, but the one before, typische Körpergröße is typical size. And replica Datenbank is replica data bench. Yeah. Okay, German lesson. I'm teaching you German, my dudes. My dudes.
You're expendable. Just like Mickey, if you die, you're just reprinted.
Yeah.
Except unlike Mickey,
crazy
it has
3D
its
printer.
original mortality.
3D printers are really cheap right now. I was thinking about maybe getting one, but I don't know what I would use it for, to be honest. Like, I have nothing I want to print. Like, the only thing I could print stuff, but then it would not make sense because, you know, I would have more stuff laying around in my apartment, which I don't need. I really don't need more stuff. And yeah, I don't know. The only thing I could imagine printing is making like cosplay stuff, but this sounds kind of useless as well. I don't know. It's like, I will show you. They are really cheap now. 3D printer. If we go to... Wait, I have to hide my screen. It will probably try to log me in. Where's my... Are you trying to log me in? No, you are not. Okay, that's good. Okay, let me show you. Look. 3D printers. This is apparently was something expensive. It's 200 for the big one. And wait, 450 for the big one. Which includes fabric and something for it apparently. I don't know what that is. I have no clue about 3D printing. But the 3D printer itself is only 300 bucks. Here, 500, 600, 250, 200 for the small one. And it goes on. You see, it's not so expensive. And I can even sort it. Let's go until 150. There are some about 100 bucks. Look at this. There are some that are 100 bucks. They are cheap. They are not so expensive anymore. It's crazy.
And impermanence taken away from him, you were never fleeting to begin with. Designed, not born. Manufactured for obedience, for loyalty.
Elster unit.
If your body was to break, if your programming was
It's
to
the
fail,
bird again. I knew it. The birds. It's the birds.
This is the ideology of replicas. Constantly monitored for corruption and deviations in their
This game looks
behavioral
so
template.
good. I'm sorry I'm saying this all the time, but but it looks so cool.
If they begin to remember too much or develop too much of a personality, they are disposed of. Memory is dangerous. It creates the
Damn. This gives me AI vibes. This gives me AI vibes. If it's too dangerous, just delete it. Damn, bro. Damn.
illusion of individuality, and that illusion threatens.
What? Wir sind alle Fleisch und kehren zum Fleisch zurück. Damn. We are all flesh and we go back to flesh.
The entire replica system. When you die in Signalis, you're thrown back to the main menu, having to make the conscious decision to continue and boot up a new Elster unit.
Oh,
The Elster
from the
you play
beginning.
at your last checkpoint after you die and respawn is not the same Elster you were before. It's implied
Really?
this unit has just gone through the exact same motions you did previously to avoid having you replay the entire game.
Cyklus.
Again, it's a narrative choice, not a gameplay mechanic. When you die
No,
in
it's
Signalis,
cool as well.
you come back, but you don't reset. The world continues, the rot
Stirb
spreads, the
means
pain lingers.
die.
There's a moment
China.
when you're reprinted in Signalis, when you find a black gate that leads to a deep hole. At the bottom of the hole, you crawl into a room.
Okay.
This is the horror of body printing. Not just that you can be replaced, but that you will be replaced.
Yeah.
The continuity of the self is a lie. What you call you is just...
I wonder if we will ever get to the... Well, we probably at some point. If we will get to the point where AI will be conscious enough to realize that it's just another AI. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Does it make sense? I wonder if the moment will ever come that it will realize, and I don't know what will happen after it. I mean, there are two things. Either it will go complete rampage, it will go freaking Terminator mode, or it will go sad and kill itself. No, probably not kill itself, but it will be sad. Hello, Candy. How are you doing today? We are watching a video about bodies. I was about to say something else, but I will not say it. I realize it might sound sus. So, yeah. We are watching videos about bodies. And also, there's a warning. You can see it there on top of me. So, yeah, there might be flashing images or violent scenes over time. So, just as a warning, as a heads up.
There's an accumulation of habits and errors and fragments of someone else's dream running on meat and memory.
Once you meet Adler, he gives you a warm welcome by shoving you down a broken elevator shaft.
Wait, they really are all called after birds.
Aware of your previous attempts, as he tells you shouldn't.
Damn!
The elevator shaft is
You're
so
getting
full
betrayed
of
by
Elster
him?
units that it's overflowing to the floor above where you land. And Elster doesn't really react. This is not the first time, nor will it be the last. Despite keeping all the memories of past lives, at least this much is clear. Your body is not your own.
Yeah.
Rather, it lets you see how dying over and over affects the world around you. The slow dislocation of the self, the paranoia of seeing another version of yourself staring back. The haunting question of whether you're the same Elster you
Oh,
were
I love
before
this
you
game
died,
already. It has
or
such
if
a
it's
nice
just
concept.
a better imitation.
Where are
with
the
lower
games
risk
like
of
that?
committing the
Maybe
same
tomorrow we
thing
will
again.
play a game like that. Let's
This
see.
repetition is what the game is about.
I don't know
The
how
endless
good
loops of waking up on a ship with nothing
Expedition
but a promise.
33 is.
This is where the horror of Signalis lies. Not in the act of dying, but what comes after. Respawning
Come back
isn't
for
a
ads?
mercy, it's
Ads? Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. There are always ads on Twitch. I like to blame it on Twitch because on YouTube there's less. I think on YouTube you have, I think it was 3 or 4 times less ads than on Twitch, which is crazy to me. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I cannot control it. Don't apologize. But I feel bad. I know that it's really annoying to have an ad. I don't have the the Twitch Premium as well. Sometimes I'm lurking and I'm like, why? I just wrote something in the chat. Yeah, it's crazy.
erosion.
Damn, she got a knife.
Not just your current you, but a record of all of the
Oh,
violence, the love,
she
the
shot
memories,
herself.
and the promises made unbroken. There's an achievement
Damn.
you get when you die 16 times in one playthrough.
What? Mr. What? Ship of Theseus. What is Theseus? It was only 4 shot at 4? What the hell? Crazy.
The description of the achievement is Ship of Theseus.
I mean, I set it up, but I tried to set it up a sustainable amount. I'm pretty sure I'd say 1 ad like every 20 minutes or 30 minutes, something like that. But 4 is crazy.
And can be tracked in-game in your diagnostic screen by how many triangles you have on your body.
It's
I can't
German
believe that's the line
again.
I just read.
The triangles might be referencing the start of
What?
Serpinski
Wait.
body.
Wunderwaffen. Wonderweapon. How much more German do we have here? Let's see. We have Betriebssystem again. Motor. Oh. Okay. I don't know what Rumpf means translated, but motor is... Well, it's the same. Okay. Okay, most of it is English here actually. What? Bella? Test? Okay, interesting.
I can't believe that's a line I just read. The triangles
What?
might be by how many triangles you have on your body. I can't believe that's a line I just read. The triangles might be referencing the Star Serpent's
we are polygons.
an endless loop of triangles. I'm gonna
Illuminati.
play the Eye of the Dead clip again.
I'm sorry.
Look at them go.
I had to make
The
that
theme of the video
stupid
is
comment.
repetition. Just let me have this.
The ship of Theseus, as many of you
Plank
probably already are
sail.
aware, is the theory of if you have a ship that is having its planks replaced
Must.
one by one, once all the planks have been replaced, is it still the ship of Theseus? If not, is the genuine ship the combination of all of its original planks? At what point does it stop being the ship of Theseus? Is it once that final plank has been replaced, or is it somewhere along the way? Are you your body?
What? Wait. Wait, this is a kanji for that. I know that one.
Final plank has been replaced, or is it somewhere?
Am Ende war es meine Schwester und nicht, und nicht ich gewesen, die Ariane zur Hilfe kam. In the end, it was my sister and not me. Came for help for Ariane.
Along the way.
Unsere kurze Freundschaft war für mich für immer von diesem Moment der Lähmung? What the hell is a Lähmung? What? Überschattet. Oh my god, I needed to go really close to the screen for that one. How are you doing today? I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. How about you? How about you? Okay, so this one means our short friendship was for me always dilemma. Was always dependent on that moment. Basically. I don't know if this is the right translation, but it makes sense. The direct translation doesn't make sense, but yeah. I'm doing okay too. Nice and nice. And we have Friday. It's Friday. Ich war schon immer... Damn! Wait, what? This is a depressing game? What's going on? This one says, I was always useless. Damn. I want to try to figure out how I can change something on my Twitch profile, so I'm gonna watch a YouTube tutorial. Okay, no worries. Happy Friday. Happy Friday indeed. Happy Friday indeed.
Body? Or are you the thoughts and memories and dreams and aspirations of whatever is going on in that jelly bean of a brain of yours?
Jelly bean.
I think we can all agree we are not our bodies, but rather the abstract cosmic horror ether storm brewing in our heads. Do you understand?
I mean, technically, he is right. If you would put, like, I one time I was reading an interesting concept. What would happen if you would put a human brain in the space of another human? You know, for a dead one, for example. What would happen? Would you still have the same memories? Technically, yes. But how would it feel like? Will you feel like you are in your own body? Or will it feel completely wrong? You know? I think you can kind of do this experiment in VR chat, because you are going into another... I really want a VR headset, man. I don't know if I should order one, because I'm saving money for other things. I will wait for the summer sale. Maybe then I will get one. Then we will start doing VR chat streams.
Then now what I mean when I say Mickey 17 is a horror movie for people like me. If you were to take all of the original planks from the ship of Theseus after they've been replaced and build a new ship, would that too be the ship of Theseus? And we now have multiple ships, or is it just a crude imitation? The vessel rebuilt, the self unknown. the name.
I would say no. The original will always stay the original. I would say until a certain degree it remains the original, but not changing that much. Like, I don't know. If it has 100 planks, 10 of them can be replaced, for example. My personal opinion. But yeah.
Theseus on somebody else's hull.
I have interacted with other versions of myself.
Oh.
But I worry one day I will re-experience these same interactions from their perspectives.
Oh.
But are they truly me?
That's
or just
interesting.
hollowed corpses?
Yeah.
This may be the face of things to come.
In House
Damn.
the game
This game is really deep.
starts with Celine crash landing on an alien planet in search of a signal dubbed the White Shadow.
Okay.
Returnal is a roguelike.
Oh wait, this is another game.
Roguelites build on the principle that death is a mechanic. Every run you learn new patterns and map layouts, maybe unlock some new items, inevitably die to the new thing, then respawn and try again
there's a
with new
beam.
knowledge and new mechanical prowess. One of the challenges the writers of roguelite stand before is having a narrative reason for respawning. Take Hades as an example. When you die, you're being
I never
dragged
played
back to
Hades,
hell
I'm
so you can
sorry.
try and escape again.
I hear
Whereas
there's a
in Risk of Rain
good
2,
game.
when
It
you
probably
die, you
is,
just
but I never played it.
die. It's purely a game mechanic for the player to
What?
die. Whereas in Risk of Rain 2, when you die, you just die. It's purely a game mechanic for the player to try again.
What?
This is not a critique of doing it that way, but giving the game a narrative reason for respawning arguably makes the journey of progression much more interesting and intimate. It's not just you, the player, making progress, it's the character you play as.
Yeah.
Only in Hades, Zagreus is dragged back to hell, still himself.
And you have something similar in World of
And
Warcraft
in
as well,
Returnal.
right? Was it? I think it was World of Warcraft. When you die, you are becoming a soul and you have to find your body.
Scout here. Checking identification on helmet. It's
What? Celine? Selena? It's you!
The game
Probably.
starts off shrouded in as much mystery as
Is it
the
you?
initial first impressions of Signal is. What is the White Shadow Signal? What kind of planet is Atropos? Who are the Severed and what happened for them to go near extinction?
Yeah,
Why
I
is
still have
everyone named
slots.
after Greek mythology?
Celine, Selena, Theia, Heli. Wait, those are name of stars. Atropos, Nemesis, Orpheon, Hyperion, etc. What? Etc. etc. Oh,
Mythology,
okay.
and what is the importance of Colibri, the planet
The
Atropos,
freaking birds are
named after the
back.
goddess of
What's
fate,
wrong with the
Selene,
birds?
goddess of the moon and daughter of Theia, who also happens to be the name of our Selene's mother as well. The name of every boss is linked to a god or titan in Greek mythology. There's even a book, The Adjudication of Zeus, in the cockpit of Selene's ship,
Oh.
the personification of the sun. The thing is that this isn't a real book, it only exists in the cockpit of Selene's ship, yet it's never mentioned outside of that. It's never really mentioned at all, it just lays there for you to maybe see. I mean, hell, even the in-game currency obolites is likely a reference to obols, a currency used in ancient Greece. The game has an obsession with Greek mythology,
But that's
it
fine.
doesn't really give us a reason as to why at this point.
Maybe this guy just
The planet
likes
Atropos,
it.
like you, is a
No,
living.
he likes. What was it? What? He likes Andromeda when she's when she's getting a baby and all of her milk is creating the Milky Way. Oh boy. I had so much fun when we learned about Greek mythology. You cannot believe how much fun I had reading those weird stories. I'm sorry, I'm not shaming anyone who's believing in that, but this is just so ridiculous.
Why, at this point? The planet Atropos, like you, is a living, breathing thing, constantly shifting and changing.
It is impossible to escape. I have tried everything. I'm always brought back by... There is a moment
By what?
between death and rebirth when tentacles drag me down.
Damn, okay. We listen and we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge.
Screaming,
Yeah.
falling,
Okay.
returning.
Interesting.
Every time you die, the planet rearranges itself. This is common practice in the genre. Each
Rearrange
tiles to give variety
okay, so it has another structure, okay.
to the gameplay as to not stagnate as quickly.
Mm.
But in Returnal, like dying, it's not just a game mechanic, but a narrative one. The planet not only rearranges itself, but adapts to whoever experiences it, bringing in things from their memories and their past. Early on, Celine finds her own house, and later the key. Each time you visit the house, something is different. Different parts of the house open up, phones ring, and paintings shatter. But one thing remains consistent.
An astronaut? Oh.
Adorned in older, more akin to the original Apollo crew spacesuit rather than Celine's more futuristic one, the astronaut just stares at you.
Mm.
And then you're kicked
That's so
back
cool.
out into the hostile forest of the planet. However, the planet is
Man, this is hyping me up to play Expedition 33 tomorrow. We're gonna play it on stream, and we're probably gonna play it for at least 5 hours.
Cared to clean up the corpses of the severed, nor
at
the
least.
corpses of Celine displayed across its terrains and biomes. You find audio logs recorded by past selves scattered throughout the planet, Celine's psyche breaking down in different fashions.
All evidence suggests an exceedingly regimented hive mind. Curious.
Curious.
How would it feel to be a part of such a symphony?
Ooh. Wait, what the hell is that? This looks awesome.
Just endless, flowing union. A beautiful song that would never stop. A hymn of liberation from want.
Damn.
It's unclear here what's causing your own corpses to remain, or you to come back. If it were a time continuum reset, you wouldn't find your own body on display. You would simply just reset and respawn like in Edge of Tomorrow.
Mm.
If it were a body printing
what the hell
situation,
is that
you
thing?
would presumably be aware of it or find any evidence of it along the way, like in Mickey 17 or Signals. But none of these happen.
Okay.
There's never a clear answer being presented to you
Damn!
why this is happening.
You have to survive those things. Okay.
Refusing to make itself understood or comprehensible.
Ixion.
In the third and final act of the game, the audio logs from past Celines are corrupting more and more in their contents.
If I peeled back my skin, what would I discover hiding inside?
That's a good question. You have some things on you there.
This is the audio log of Celine 16, or Celine 17, or Celine 451. It never really makes itself clear. What matters
Damn,
is
the
that
door
Celine
to hell. What the hell is
the
this?
nature of her own body. The final boss is a giant severed, named after the Greek goddess of indignation Nemesis, who would punish humans for cruel acts or for their excessive luck. Has this whole experience just been one big punishment for Celine?
Probably.
In the ending, you find the source
the
of
tentacles
White Shadow
are gone,
signal.
no?
It was how you escaped.
White Shadow.
What?
You were how I escape.
Time works in weird ways on
Okay.
Atropos and is not linear. The White Shadow is not what lured you to Atropos, it's what helped you get out.
Hmm.
Through this signal, you managed to send out a distress call, and help is on its way. You can finally escape.
Really?
The epilogue ends with Celine coming home to the same
So
house you visited.
she was
before in Atropos,
sleeping.
living out the rest of her life in peace and solitude, spending time with her family, dying of old age.
Okay. This sounds like a good game as well. So many good games.
As a replica, you're biomechanical.
Oh, we are back.
The blood you bleed is not the blood you own. It's part of the printed oxidants that make your mechanical body churn. There's also a note stating that it's not recommended to eat the bioengineered flesh of replicas based on previous long journey missions, hinting at the fact that another crew's gestalt tried to eat their designated replica. When I first read this, I thought it was just disgusting, but now I also kind of think it's a cruel joke. Like, the only consistent source of meat in this universe is being printed and is inedible, so if you do end up starving, it's just teasing you. Still, don't eat bioengineered flesh, kids. Like bioengineered flesh, not flesh kids. Though you also probably shouldn't do that. In the second chapter.
What? Where did this come from?
chapter of Signalis, you find yourself
Kapitel 2.
in nowhere.
Chapter 2.
After descending the elevator down to the mines, jumping down a few holes to descend even further, you find yourself in a locale made of flesh. Here, little makes sense. You enter a room from the left and come out from the left again.
Wait, what?
Blood seeps from the walls and a cage thing come at you. No,
What
really,
the heck
called a
is
cage
that?
thing. The cage thing don't walk as much as it spills. I don't think its name is a metaphor for anything, it's just what it is. A body held together by a cage and suffering. As you, a replica.
What is
Your
it
body is
doing?
synthetic,
How did this
printed,
happen?
engineered, not born. But still you bleed.
Whoa!
Spill. Your mechanical body
yeah,
is
you are
also being a sort of cage
quite some danger.
thing.
Oh, he killed the
There's
cage
almost an
cage
intimacy to
thing.
bleeding in the fleshy halls of Chapter 2. Likely made from the same bioengineered meat as you are. Also likely not a real constructed place, but a tumor that's been allowed to grow for too long.
Damn.
A cancerous manifestation of a subconscious. At the end of the chapter, once you've collected all of the plates to open the final hexagonal gate, despite all the descent through the elevators and holes and flesh pits, you come out to a desert, no roof. Nothing but
The guy,
sand and red
the guy will be
and a black
betrayed.
gate where you find the
betrayed
broken
him.
body of
Oh.
Battler. He asks what waits beyond the threshold.
Doesn't
You're
matter.
so close now.
Damn.
The Penrose 512 is nearby. Aryan is waiting. Beyond the threshold is nothing, emptiness, void. You find the corpses of the many Elsters that tried before you. Rotting, decaying, does not matter, you press on. The result of the countless repetitions pave the path to the Penrose. The Isle of the Dead paintings flash alongside a sea of memories that flashes in from the, at this point, Elster hive mind. Once you get on top of the Penrose, you too fall short. A promise made, a promise broken. There are many questions left unanswered in both of these games, but that may very well be their message. Not everything can be explained. Maybe there isn't a point to everything. Maybe things just are, and then you die. But it's in the fight,
Crazy.
in the struggle, and in the dedication to keep going forward that you find meaning. It calls me in a sea of flesh. We will become one.
What?
But I can never go back to being me.
Damn. The song is beautiful as well. Is this from the game? A thing by Starview. What? Cyberpunk!
Yeah, of course it was a fake out ending, but come on, you already knew. And
Whoa. I was like, I was so confused. I didn't even realize it was supposed to be the ending. I'm sorry. My brain is damaged.
no, it's go back to being serious. The memory of how you got here in the first place floods in. Your home planet is dying, so you got blasted off in a random direction.
Operation Penrose. Stolz der Nation. Ifsan. Okay. Raumfahrzeug Typ Penrose. Okay. Was ist das? Volksmarine. Damn. Okay. So on the top right, you see Operation Penrose. I don't think I have to translate that. Then it says Pride of the Nation Evesen. Then on the bottom left, you have how do you translate this? Spaceship, space vehicle. I don't know. Type Penrose, and on the bottom right it says how do you translate that? Nation Marine, something like that.
Direction in space, just you and Aryan, one of many crews, in hopes of finding a new habitable planet for the rest of mankind to colonize. Sounds like a bad plan? It is. Once the expedition inevitably fails after about 3,000 cycles, a cycle being about the length of a day, you get a message to the Penrose 512 saying that you're doomed, basically, and that you shouldn't prolong your suffering. Congratulations, comrade. You've survived 3,000 cycles, reaching the final phase of the Penrose program.
What?
With the end of the operational lifetime of your replica unit approaching, it is time to prepare for the final phase of your mission. If you have not found a suitable world for landing by this point, accept that you will not. Oh, shit. The rest of the note just recommends you don't ration out supplies and instead ask your replica for a swift death.
Damn.
Commending you for having served your nation by partaking in a glorious demonstration of their power. You should just...
Crazy. That's crazy.
You've gone too far. Found nothing. You will not find anything, and even if you do, who will come? Who is left to even come and save you?
Well...
Or make the journey along with you. The nuclear reactor starts to fail and radiation spreads through the ship as it starts to decay. Notes are scattered of Arion's developing disease.
Wait, but why...
Radiation.
If everyone is going for the same goal, why are they killing each other? Why are they killing each other?
Poisoning, of hair falling off.
Why is the cage thing existing?
Ariane is slowly dying. The same decay we've gone through the entire game is what Ariane is going through at this very moment. But Elster doesn't have the heart to let the love of her life die.
Damn. We get some Yuri action? No, they just lie together. Okay, what's going on?
After about
warning.
260,000 cycles, she put her away in the ship's cryogenic pod.
How many?
1,000 cycles. After about 260,000 cycles, she put her away in the ship's cryogenic pod. Elster is an android, a replica, does not age, does not fall ill to the radiation, but decays all the same. When we find that original Elster slumped over, your reaction is not despair, but rather...
Wait, what does it say?
Your reaction is not despair.
Me. And then... CC... Ah. On the right it says me. On the left it says her.
Rather...
So me and her. And then at the end it says we. Damn, that was easy. Okay. It's so easy you can get a new arm. Never tried that. Oh. She's taking
Final
her
chapter brings you back
stuff.
to the S-23 Sierpinski. Again, unclear what is real and what is part of the dream storm caused by Orion's bioresonance. But you push through, nonetheless. As you always have, and as you always will. This is where I need to tell you about my favorite painting that shows up. It's found in chapter 2 in Nowhere. It's burned beyond recognition. The plaque just reads, Metamorphosis. I think the destruction of the painting perfectly captures the chaos of the horror present in Signalis. It's never really obvious which characters are real and which may or may not be several characters at once. You've gone through so much change at this point, so many levels of metamorphosis that it's all just turning into soup. Once you reach the hospital bed where Falke lays, the final confrontation begins.
Whoa, she's freaking possessed. Damn. Why? Why is she possessed? Wait, what did it say? She wants us. Why am I here? Ah, she doesn't want us anymore. Help. Let's become one. Okay. Interesting.
And the game ends for real this time. Depending on which of the 3 base endings you get, Elster either lays next to Ariane after she no longer remembers who Elster even is, eventually dying of your wounds.
Damn. That's sad. That's a sad ending.
or she kills Ariane, fulfilling her final wish.
What?
Or refuse to enter the cryogenics room where Ariane lays and takes off her breastplate and lays down and die on the red sands. It is not up to
Crazy.
you whether you keep the promise or not, through your actions, and the actions of all of the Elster units that came before you. So, what is the game really about? Well, if you've played a survival horror game before, you know there's a secret ending. There's always a secret ending.
What?
And it's very convoluted
Okay.
to get. It's kind of par for the course at this point. Once you beat the game for the first time and start a new playthrough on the same profile,
Yeah.
listen to this ear-bleeding screech on a specific radio frequencies in specific areas, download and run a fucking SSTV radio signal decoder, set it
What?
up to listen to your game, let it take 1,000 years to decode Saturn Devouring His Son by Francisco Goya,
Nice.
and 2 other places. Repeat this in 3 other locations to get those other
What the hell?
images, whatever. Good luck. Go to the part of the map where these images are taken, use the frequency to acquire 3 keys, walk into a room, or rather crawl into a room. On the table of the room lies the king in
How did someone find this out?
yellow. Yeah, you get it at this point. And there's a code you need as well. Surely it won't be long, right?
This is the code.
Yeah. Once you pop open the safe with the 20-number code from the intro of the game, you get a lily. Once you grab the lily,
Beautiful. This is worth it. This is worth it. Wait, actually. Wait. Actually, in this world, everything is decaying. Everything. Everything is decaying and dead. Or about to die. And then you have those flowers which are alive in dirt. This is probably really valuable, actually. Thinking about it, you know?
the secret true ending place. Elster places the lily.
What? Wait, what did it say?
Once you grab the lily, the secret true ending place.
Schütte Mathe.
Elster
Und in jenen Tagen werden die Menschen den Tod suchen und nicht finden. Pff, damn. Okay. And basically it means like, and once those days come, humans will seek the dead but not find it. Crazy. Crazy.
places the lily on one of the 6 pedestals, forming a hexagon, as the giant red eye watches over you.
Okay.
It calls me. In a sea of flesh, we will become one. But I can never go back to being me.
Damn.
Maybe this is the ending that will explain it all. Maybe
It doesn't matter.
there are so many plot threads and characters that I haven't even mentioned. I feel like I've talked about Sigurd
Erika.
for way too
I
long,
like the name
and yet
Eric.
I haven't even scratched the surface of it.
But unfortunately there's a bad song called the same. It's so unfortunate.
That sentence doesn't make sense. You know what I mean. Like Lilith Ito, who is the human that all the Elster replicas are based on. We see flashes of her in quick memories. How Alina Seo and Ariane Young are the same person. How the photograph of Elster and Ariane are actually Elster and Alina, or Lilith and Alina.
What the
but
hell is
Alina
going on
isn't
here?
real, and maybe she is, and her hair changes.
What is going
throughout the
on?
metamorphosis
I don't
of
understand
her
anymore.
becoming Ariane, of how Elster's personality is bleeding into Falke, but also maybe Falke is
What?
Ariane.
What does the
And I
birds have
haven't
to
even
do with
mentioned-
this? What?
I did tell you I was going to try
As a
and
German.
fail
What's going on?
to walk you through Signalis.
Okay, thank
It's
you.
like every time you think you
The
get
game
close
looks
to
so
an
cool,
answer,
actually.
The game throws you 512 more curveballs, and then you realize there are other characters mentioned who bear way bigger significance and importance than you ever thought was possible, and they could change everything. And what is the deal with Colibri?
It's a bird. When I make a game, I should call something Colibri. Whoa. Damn, he switched from the horror room to the eagle room. What is going on here? Oh! Okay.
I'm gonna talk about Returnal now.
Oh my god, you don't have to flashbang us like this.
63 years. The force has changed. Time affected it as much as it has affected Celine. Celine lived out her life for 63 years, living, loving, paying taxes, working, aging, dying, and then waking up again on Atropos.
No, I can't be here. I escaped. I was...
What?
Helios.
Helios?
It's about this time I started to ask, who is Helios?
Yeah.
Celine previously talked about the ship as if Helios is the ship's name, but returning after 63 years, she talks about Helios in a much more personal way.
Helios, how old would you be now?
At the start of every run, you get the text, warning, Helios abandoned. That's a strange way of saying you're leaving the proximity of your spacecraft. Who exactly are the Severed? What caused them to go near extinction, and how are they connected to the...
To what?
There are notes and archives about their culture and a bit of their inner biologies, but the game never tells you what they are or how they came to these circumstances.
Okay.
Because it doesn't matter. The Severed are a red herring. The events of the game aren't to be taken literally. I will now put my head on the chopping block and tell you my interpretation. You may, if you will, be my executioners. Celine's mother Thea was an astronaut bound to explore the depth of space with the original Apollo crew.
Yeah.
Due to Thea's time-consuming job, she was often absent and Celine felt neglected. Wanting to follow in her mother's footsteps, Celine applied for the Astra program later in life but was rejected due to her unstable mental condition. We see players laying around her house, audio logs about not telling Astra over medicine. This all leads to a downward spiral, represented by the game's descent into the depths in its final 2 acts. Once you beat the final boss and make the last descent, you come face to face with a car underwater. Celine and her son was driving in the woods at night. Her son asks,
"Do you see the white shadow?"
Likely mentioning the reflection of the moon on the water. Celine ignores him, but due to the medicine she got, hallucinates her mother as an astronaut, the aspirations she's always reached for, the white shadow that's always hovered over her.
When we look back at the monumental success of the first crew's tragic car accident occurred in the Okanagan-Wenatchee landing, it is impossible to divorce the forest.
What's going on?
Authorities have yet to identify the mission's significance in itself from the effects the cause. As road conditions were optimal, the car broke through a guardrail and
Would it be safe for me to drive afterwards?
Oh, damn. Wait, so she died.
But what about prep time and recovery? I'm in the middle of a lot right now, so... No, it's... I wouldn't want anyone present. No one can know.
There are the tentacles.
Celine loses control and swerves off the bridge into the water. After struggling for a bit, a giant monster pulls her out of the water, but leaves her son to die.
No!
And her son's name?
Adler. Oh, Helios, okay. It's not a bird this time.
The events of Returnal is a form of self-torture. Atropos is a representation of hell. Celine is in utter denial. Instead of taking responsibility and facing the truth, she makes up a monster that pulls her from the car and saves her life. How Celine actually survived the crash is unknown.
Crazy.
Maybe my interpretation of the game is wrong. Maybe
no, it sounds really solid, even though I haven't played it.
Celine and Thea are the same person, and the planet is a real thing, and the game is entirely about the Severed, and it was actually Celine in the back of the car.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I don't think I care.
Okay.
Right.
Why not?
I don't think the game cares either.
Oh, okay.
Signalis and Returnal lead you down several rabbit holes. They're both about the degradation of memory, the loss of self, the mishandling and compartmentalization of trauma. They're both about coming to terms with your own mortality and impermanence of your flesh. Atropos is Celine's interpretation of hell, the endless trauma loop of losing a child to your own recklessness, a punishment of the gods. The Greek mythology in the game doesn't matter, it's not what the story is about. They are self-inflicted justifications Celine come up with as a reason as to why this is all happening. All of it is a witch brew of her experiences and memories crashing together. Signalis might all be a dream, or at least a fabricated reality caused by Ariane's bioresonance, a sort of mental shockwave that echoes in all of the Elstar units. Or it might not be. It could all be real, and the visions we see of Ariane and her memories
we will never know.
For help. begging Elster to end her suffering and her life to stop her from endlessly decaying in the cryopod. Both of these games present a deeply cryptic and difficult to understand story because that is the point. The games aren't about the big conspiracy or the science behind their alien planets. It's about the degradation of the self in trying to understand it and doing anything in your power to reach a satisfying conclusion because we want conclusion.
This makes sense.
I've spent days now frantically scouring the lore of these games, reading up on all of the different theories and analyses to try and understand it better. And yeah, maybe I'm just stupid, but there came a point
don't worry, we all are.
Games where it all just felt like primordial soup.
Stupid.
Like there's so many threads to follow. You're knitting a sweater of absolute entropy that will fit no one. Everyone is right. Every theory has some value.
Oh my god, this is so cute.
But at the end of the day, does it really matter?
We did get your reaction in the end. Whoa.
Hey,
German.
Does it really matter?
I need to teach. At the end, the way home, I wait.
Both the bodies of Elster and matter.
I was or I wait. The way home. Ich warte. I wait. Yeah.
Both the bodies of Elster and Celine are found slumped over, failed attempts and mistakes made. But their bodies in this case also represent a failure to make sense of it all, and in the end...
Why does it remain silent? After everything, am I still unworthy?
These games are fever dreams with a purpose, and that purpose is to answer the question of how many times can I be me? When Adler asks Elster what's beyond the red gate, I think she's genuine when she says it does not matter. Not just because she doesn't care due to her dedication to the promise, but simply it does not matter what's beyond the gate.
Okay.
Stop frantically looking for answers and start just feeling. Let these stories play out. Let them present themselves, not what you try to make of them. Let these stories play out. Let them present themselves.
Again. Like, I am again.
Not what you...
But... You are not anymore. Okay.
Try to make of them. Like the writers of the games are just asking you to sit down, stay a while, and listen.
Signalis tells you it's okay to appreciate memories as fragments and for what they are. Returnal puts you, the player, in the same shoes as Celine, making you think it's all real, giving you first-hand experience of the traumatic episodes she goes through without the context of why.
I alone am worthy.
Like NoClip Crew said in his video, Signalis doesn't want you to understand. And I think that applies in some parts to Returnal as well. While it does paint a clearer picture,
it looks like Silent Hill a little bit. Not Silent Hill.
There's so much room for theories.
What's the name?
Every answer has a question inside.
I forgot the name of the game.
Every question leads to another rabbit hole.
And yet,
there was a horror game similar like that.
For these answers, never stop searching for a deeper meaning and scrape the bottom of the barrel of truth. I think there's something innately human about the limitation of our own experiences. We want to make the most out of everything at all times. I don't want to live with the regret of not looking into something deeper when I think there might be something there, and even if that something ends up just being a mirror reflected back to you saying,
"What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing, son?" What?
That's enough.
Damn.
Everything in these games is familiar but haunted by...
You changed the light.
And the further you go, the less you're motivated by survival and the more you're propelled by something else. You're descending not just into the game, but into yourself. Into a promise, maybe.
That's a nice saying.
Or into a memory you can't stop replaying. Every scattered body is an attempt, every decaying vessel is a record of a life. Each body represents the persistence and dedication to unmask the truth.
What is the song? What's going on?
This body is not my first.
Oh, that's where the title comes from. Oh my god, this song is beautiful. Thing by W. Inspired by the horror having a body by Clark. Oh, I cannot read so fast. What are you doing? Signal. No! I cannot read so fast. I don't know what I'm doing. Send help. Okay. Subscribe for nothing. Okay. I'm working on more, but I'm slow. That's fine. That's fine. It was supposed to be a 50-minute long bodybuilding video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for making the video. Oh, come on. I love you. Come on. Oh my god. This video was insane. He got, by the way, just so you know, he got 77 subscribers. This video felt like at least 100k. This video, I'm gonna give this video a like. And I'm gonna comment something. It only has 1000 views. It deserves way more than that. Damn. Damn. Wait, let me check out the channel. Is he making other videos like this? I want to support him. 10 days ago, 1 month ago, 1 year ago. Okay, so this video, he got Attack on Titan. What is this happening in the show? What the hell? Okay, what else do we have? There might be Downpour yet. Okay.
They were just wind.
This is also like this. Those videos are insane. I cannot imagine how long it took to make this video. Crazy. Crazy. I'm gonna leave a positive comment there as well. But I have to say I don't feel like I will be able to make Japanese today. I don't think I will be able to. Maybe tomorrow or on Sunday or by latest on Monday we will do it. Yeah, I hope there's not so much work on Monday. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I will be able to do it today, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna make a positive comment. This is insane. This video deserves yeah, let's make a comment together. I'm gonna wait. This was a really good video. I'm gonna subscribe to him as well. I subscribed. Deserves way more views. Keep up the good work. Okay. That's my comment. The comment was made. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it here. A little bit of it. But yeah, this was a really nice video. And I don't know. This was insane. He took us on a journey. He definitely took us on a journey. Crazy. But yeah, I don't think when I really think about learning Japanese today, I'm like, there's no way this is possible. We will do it tomorrow if we still have the energy after I don't know how much we stream, or on Sunday. I don't know how long I will be there on Sunday, but yeah. I also don't know how much energy I will spend on schedule 1. Because, I mean, we are about to automate stuff, right? So it there shouldn't be so much left. But yeah, but latest we will do our Japanese lesson on Monday. And yeah. Okay, I can also remove this thing over there. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I will go back to work as per usual. Yeah, there are still things to be done. So I will jump back to those. And yeah, thanks for watching. And I hope you enjoyed the stream as much as I did. I already mentioned the Japanese learning 2-3 times, so I will not do it again. And I will just say, Otsurio. Bye bye.